All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is the Duval County Rams fan, and we have a little bit of news come out of Rams camp here. As you know, we just had our week 2 matchup with the Colts, which we won, thankfully, 27-24. And out of it, our starting running back Darrell Henderson was injured at the very end of the game. It appeared like he landed on his ribs, kind of funny, and it definitely looked like some sort of rib injury, but we were not sure what that was. So, Sean McVay has come out today and has given us an update on Darrell Henderson. So, as you can see it from the title here, Darrell Henderson has suffered a rib cartilage injury versus the Colts. They will monitor his status. And as we scroll down, this is okay. Yeah, I'll get to this in a second. The Rams lost Darrell Henderson to an injury on Sunday against the Colts, like I was just saying, the extent of which was only known to be in the area of Henderson's ribs, and Sean McVay provided an update of sorts today. McVay told reporters that Henderson has a, quote, rib cartilage injury, and that the Rams will monitor his pain and his health on Friday to determine his status for Week 3 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, mind you. So it's a bit of an important game that could have potential playoff seedings affected from it. So very important that we win the game, and we need all hands on deck, of course, if they are healthy. And so what I gathered from let me just finish this off real quick. The Rams signed running back Javine Hawkins to the practice squad on Monday in a move that may or may not be related. Here's a tweet from Nick Hamilton. Darrell Henderson suffered a rib cartilage injury, and we will see how he is Friday, according to head coach Sean McVay. McVay expressed hope and optimism that Henderson wouldn't miss a game. This is the big one right here. I'm reading this earlier where the guy goes, we'll see how he is Friday, according to Sean. And the thought that pops into my head is, so you're telling me he might actually play this week. This week. So McVay says he expresses hope and optimism that he wouldn't miss a game. That is so huge, because when he went down Sunday, I was concerned because it didn't look good. Like, the way he walked off the field, he looked like he was in a lot of pain. Ribs are a heck of a place to get injured if you were to get injured. But it did not look good. And I was questioning whether or not he may be gone for a considerable amount of time, a few weeks or so, depending on the injury. So to hear McVay says that he has hope and optimism that he won't even miss a game is very good news. JB Long here went ahead and said, glad to hear from Sean McVay that Darrell Henderson has a chance to be back as soon as this weekend versus Tampa Bay, following what he describes as a rib cartilage injury. Hope and optimism were words he used. Very, very interesting choice of words there, Sean. So, let me finish this up real quick. Henderson left the game against the Colts right around the changeover from the third to the fourth quarter, and was replaced by Sony Michel and Jake Funk. I thought Michel looked pretty good in the very few snaps we saw of him. He had 10 carries for 46 yards, while Funk took a few snaps and didn't have any carries. So Michelle had 10 carries and on only 16 snaps, pardon. So his presence on the field was essentially just to rush the ball, not to pass, block, or receive, at least in particular game situation in Indianapolis. And I liked how he looked. I liked how he looked. He looked like he ran physical and he was running downhill, right up the middle. That's what I've been wanting to see from the Rams for the longest time, is like a power back running in the power formation, just straight at the defense. That physicality, you need a certain part of. It's okay to be high flying, and to have a explosive and exotic offense and everything. I love watching it on TV, but you also need to be able to really just be physical and impose your will on the other team, whether it's on offense or defense. And part of that for the offense is a power run game. I just have not seen too much of that. Like, Henderson runs to the outside zones pretty well, but Michelle looked good in the few snaps that he had, so I am interested to see him play more. Now, for Darrell, I'm happy that it appears that he has not suffered a serious injury from what McVay is saying, and I'm happy because I don't like seeing anybody get hurt, so it's good that it doesn't appear to be too serious. And Sean says he might play week 3. I just hope this is a very important game for us, week 3 early in the season. Like, it could have serious playoff seedings implications at the end of the year. But because the Bucks, the Bucks look damn good, dude. They're going to the playoffs again, dude. So we're definitely going to see them in December or January if we make it, So very important for him to play if he can, but I don't just rush him back. And I know you won't do that, Sean, but just if you need him to take a week or 2 off just to be sure he won't injure it further, that's okay. It'll suck, but it's okay, just so we don't, one, that he doesn't get a more serious injury, and 2, so we can have him as healthy as possible for playoff time. But the terms he used were hope and optimism. So that's very good news. I don't want to go to Twitter. It's very good news. Very good news. I'm very happy to hear that. And also, before I hang up, I wanted to get this in here too. Our boy Kenny Young won't be suspended for making contact with an official versus the Colts. It's LA Rams linebacker Kenny Young was ejected during the second half against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday after a brief altercation with a player that led to an emotionally charged reaction to the referee, who stepped in to break up the fight and made inadvertent contact with an official who stepped into the pile. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported on Monday that the Rams linebacker will not face suspension from the league for his actions on Sunday in Week 2 against the Colts, but he is still potentially subject to fines. That part will be reviewed by the league. So, no suspensions for Kenny Young. And apparently the Steelers had an O-lineman who were ejected, but both are going to be reviewed for possible fines. Which, I think he hit like the guy's. He hit the guy's hat. I think the referee's hat. Colts Eric Fisher plays knight in shining armor to official Brian Neal when Rams Kenny Young made contact with his hat. It was his hat. Oh no, Fisher was just trolling to make sure Young was penalized. Man, oh man. Yeah, I remember that. So I don't know what Kenny was so mad about, man. I guess he and I don't know. I guess he got into a shouting match with I forget who it was. What was it? Eric Fisher in the play, I think, or one of the other Colts linemen. Um, at the end of it, I remember they got into they were playing physical. It was a pretty physical game actually, and he comes up and I'm guessing maybe this Colts player said something to him. So because he was really mad. He was like going off and yelling, and then the referee tried to get in the middle of it and calm everything down, and Kenny Young appeared to he was just, kind of flailing his arms because he was so heated, and accidentally just hit the official's hat a little bit. It wasn't even that much, but the you can't touch them, Kenny. So if you touch them, that's an automatic flag, and apparently, I believe it's an automatic ejection too, which is what happened because he got ejected from the game. We can't have that in the future, Kenny. You have to play a little more discipline. I understand tensions are high, and you're playing hard, which I do appreciate. Thank you. You're trying to do what you can to win the game, which is good. So the adrenaline's like super high, but man, you got to have that wherewithal. You got to know not to cost your team a costly penalty, because off that penalty, the Colts got moved, got a fresh set of downs, and I think that was actually offset. I think they did something too, which actually backed them up to the 9. I want to say I don't remember exactly, but the Colts ended up scoring on that drive, and I think that was the drive where they got the 2-point conversion and took the lead on us. So you can't be making mistakes like that, So by and I know you obviously didn't mean to do it, but if an official's put his hand on you trying to move the pile back, you just got to be careful, not if you're flailing your arms around, that you might hit him, and then you'll be kicked out of the game. So it's just one of those things. I'm sure Sean has talked to him, about it. I appreciate the passion. I do. We just have to be just a little smarter during the game. You know what I mean? So I'm not ragging on you, Kenny. It may sound like I am, but I'm just saying, as we get deeper into the season, we can't have mistakes like that, because you're a valuable player. So you played pretty well on Sunday. So we need you. And so he won't be suspended. Didn't really think that he should for that infraction anyway, but he may get a fine, and how big it is, I don't know. We'll see, but that's pretty much it. So Kenny is not going to miss time, and Darrell apparently isn't going to miss time either. Hope and optimism were the words Sean McVay said. So we'll see. We'll see how he's looking on Friday, but fingers crossed, y'all. That's going to be it for right now. I will see you guys on the next one, and as always, go Rams. 2-0. Go Rams.